We're live. We're alive. And it's episode 19, Adele's first album.
Of course, everything comes back to Adele.
I was doing a bingo thing the other day, and so I do this thing called Dabbers Bingo. You know Dabbers?
Yeah, we know Dabbers.
And they basically, I'm like the host, but then you have a bingo caller.
Yeah.
And there's always these
glamorous assistant.
Yes,
thing.
but they have to call the numbers.
Yeah.
So they always have these calls, and some of them are so shit, it's unreal. Like someone's written these calls, and anyway,
Give us an example.
Like one of them's like Bowbell's chime number 9,
What's
and like
Bowbell?
I don't know, or one of them's like one of them was like Vicky Patterson's jaw 54, and you know when you're like it's a bit old, like
Is that because she used to do a lot of calls?
yeah well, that's not as bad, but then anyway, so I never do the calls, like, you know, I'm not doing the calls, like, 'cause it's not my. So then I got booked to do one on like a Tuesday. They were like, oh, we've not let you. When I arrived, this was a couple of months ago, you have to do the calls. You don't have an assistant set. And I was like,
my God,
what?
fuming.
I was like, you haven't told me this. And
Did you just make them up?
anyway, so I was reading some of the calls, and I'd go, I'm not reading that. Like, I would just refuse to read
Was
it.
this the You OK Hun themed one?
No, but that was at the same. That was a quiz. Or I'd one was something like syrup of figs, 12 or something so stupid, and I was and I'd say it, and
Even
I'd go,
classic. If you can't think of a better one,
Yeah.
just do the classic.
and I'd go, that doesn't make sense. And then I always remember the DJ that was there. He was like playing the music. I turned to him. I said, who wrote these calls? I said, they're shit. And he went, he like looked really sheepish. And I went, was it you, James? And he went, yeah. And I went, they're really bad. Like, because I thought I can't double down on this now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Go
then
hard.
all I kept doing was Adele's second album, 21. Adele's third album, 25. And then by the end, people were groaning. Like,
Because they were like, oh.
Adele's fourth album, 30.
Adele's future album,
yeah.
33 or whatever it's gonna be.
Anyway, welcome. Sorry, it's Adele's first album. It's episode 19.
Season 3, here we are, back. In the
And yes, we're here. We are recording all a little bit discombobulated today because we're recording on a Thursday afternoon. I hear you say, shouldn't you be at Loose Womenly? Yes, I should.
Yeah, what's the crack? Why are you not there?
Women's World Cup, WWC.
Also, ITV have got or is it mixed? Sometimes they share it, don't they? So like Channel 4 do some, ITV show some of the games.
I don't know. All I know is I'm not in work.
Yeah. Oh, great. So you've got a cheeky Thursday off.
Yes, and I've needed it. Oh, I'm exhausted. Honestly, I've been burning the candle at both ends.
Oh my God, this party boy.
My wick is dried out.
How the hell was your birthday, speaking of parties?
It was good. Well, it wasn't really a party, but it was...
Just a few friends gathered. got
yeah.
drunk.
They did say, they went, where's Lauren? I went, oh... I never actually asked her if she wanted to come, but then I was like, but I just assumed you wouldn't.
What was
It
I
would have been
doing?
a
I
lot
was
for
on
you.
the market and I'm ever so tired. I'm not sleeping very well
Yeah.
at the minute. And I've got this like eternal cold.
And
It's
also
not
it
a
was
cold. I'm just snotty a lot. So
All it
keeps
really
me up.
was as well was one big piss up, and I thought,
It's time
don't
in.
tease the girl, don't dangle
Yeah.
the carrot.
Do you know what I found? I'm quite good at like, at the moment, because second trimester, you're meant to feel like all like energetic and shit. I'm fine and I can stay up late, but the next day I pay for it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired. Do you know what I mean?
Do you
It's
have
like I've had a drink.
Do you have what they call like the pregnancy, where you're almost like a superwoman or something?
No, I've not felt that. No. It's a crock of shit. Like, I'm also waiting for this like glow. I've tried to get back on TikTok a bit.
Well, I just nearly, can I just say, I nearly went, do you have like the pregnancy glow? And then I thought, by me asking that question, perhaps
you
suggests
clearly
you
don't.
don't.
Yeah. I feel like people get it in the first trimester when you're sick because you're sweating so much from like...
What, like glazed?
Yeah, you're like a glazed donut. Like, but yeah, I've not. And I did this TikTok the other day of like me wearing a face mask, drinking some water because I'm literally trying to fake it. My skin's probably worse than it was.
No, it looks good.
It looks fine, but I've got like, I've had a few spots.
Oh.
Like I've got like some red, like small veins that show in my nose, which is weird, which I read could be a thing. Yeah, I did a nice little close up there. So it looks like I've been drinking whiskey or something.
Mm.
It's all very odd. And I'm there thinking, oh, who needs Botox and booze when you're going to have this glow, you know? And it's not happened.
Well, that's what I felt like when I gave up alcohol for 33 days. Nothing.
Didn't feel a benefit?
No, I think people I think people trick themselves.
I did it for 6 weeks, I don't even remember, because I met you and Amy.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, oh, but I was so far in, I just had to do it. 6 weeks, not a thing. I was just like, right.
I mean, yeah, I
I
wasn't
drank more
hungover.
Diet Coke. Yeah.
So I felt better in that sense.
That is one thing. Like, I'm not, I don't miss the hangovers, which is fucking great.
Do you get
Like
anxiety?
No.
Yeah, you've not had the fear.
I've not had the fear, which is really good. But you don't sleep very well because you just can't get comfortable.
Mm.
So that's shit. Yeah. Anyway, how was your week?
Well, talking of glowing, she always receives glowing feedback.
Oh, she does.
Phoebe has returned.
She's
Welcome,
back, bitches.
Phoebe. You're doing a
Hi.
you're doing a midday shift.
A little middayer.
Just a cheeky midday shift.
Mm.
How's it feel?
Well, Phoebe's not going to be around in August because she's just told me she'll be away. Although I'm about to say it, I don't know. Is it a big secret?
No, it's just that I only found out yesterday, so
Oh,
there hasn't been time to hide it.
oh, right, okay.
All right, can you tell me, or do you have to wait to be off air?
We can
No, no.
edit it out. I
I'm,
feel like I've just thrown it out there.
Are you doing a solo show at Edinburgh? Is that what
Yeah. I'm taking my one-woman show. No, I'm helping on social media for a couple of theatre shows up there.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Edinburgh.
fantastic.
But I am going for the whole month.
I
I've
love that.
never been.
Have you not? It's
No.
so good. Like, I went with Freddie.
To Edinburgh or to Edinburgh Festival?
Both.
Oh my God, fantastic.
I know.
It's, you don't want to leave. Like, the stagey person inside of you will be like, this is what I want my life to be. I want to be this, like, bohemian, like,
Yeah.
theatre person who just...
Well, I love a festival.
yeah, it's like that. And it's festival vibes in the town, like, the whole time.
That's great. And
So
also, though,
good.
I feel like I'm going to get jealous of all the actors because I'm a performer as well.
Yeah.
Well, I
You
was.
will. That's what I... Yeah, that's...
You won't
I
kind of
wanted a
midway
show.
through the festival when you see them all having a breakdown.
Yeah, when you see them all pissed at like 1 p.m, like, oh, what's happened to my life? Yeah, that's happened to me. I just wanted to be like, oh my God, I need to do a show at Edinburgh. You just want to be there performing if you've been a performer.
I was talking to someone the other day. I can't remember who it was, comedian, and we were. It was Jack Barry, and I love him. And he was saying that it's his first time not going to Edinburgh in about 13 years.
Oh my God.
And he was getting that kind of, oh God, have I made a mistake?
Yeah.
Like it's so the norm for him. And then I was like, because I'm not really on Facebook anymore. I'm on it and I check it, but I'm not regular on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said it always reminds me when like we were on Facebook and you would see the posts from comedians, like the breakdown post, like I've made a big mistake. This is the like worst decision of my life. And then like a week later, oh my God, everything's falling into place. This has been the most amazing experience of my life. And then afterwards, I need a break from comedy. I'm taking a break, like, and all this.
Yeah,
and it was just
yeah.
like a roller coaster of
You're just
emotions.
strapped in
You're
with
just
them.
strapped in, yeah.
It costs you money to be there as well. That's the sad thing for a lot of performers. Like,
yeah.
they don't make anything from being up there.
Most
so-
people say if you break even, it's bonus.
Yeah. It's like- but
Well,
you're gonna-
fingers
But
crossed.
you're working, so you're just like, ka-ching, get me up there.
Yeah, not loads, but I can pick up some extra work. So
Even
Should
if
be
you do
okay.
like leafleting for a show
Yeah.
or something.
So this thing, I didn't realise
The
how much
weather will be
everyone
great.
hates flyering. I love flyering.
You just chat, and it's
I bet
like
you're good at it.
it's
I'm just
not
used to it.
flying like you do in London either. It's like everyone wants to know what you're flying for. They're like, oh, what is it? Oh, comedy. Oh, no, we're not up for that. Or like people actually talk to people giving out leaflets, which is unusual.
Well, will you do my social media next year, Phoebe? Because I'm looking to take my show next there, my debut.
Her debut, his debut.
100%. And I'll let you know any tips up there. Do you guys have any tips or like what should I pack?
Oh,
What should you pack? Everything for
well,
all the
definitely an
weathers.
umbrella. Yeah, different.
Comfy shoes, because you'll be walking everywhere, obviously.
Hmm.
But just like a few pairs of tights just in case the heavens open. Yeah. And you're like, it was hot earlier. What else?
I
Can,
would
your own booze. You can, like what me and Freddie did was, there's loads of like little Sainsbury's and Tesco's. So, because the queue for restaurants is like huge a lot of the time. So we just would like run into a Tesco, get a sandwich and a tinny and like eat it on the walk to the next show.
Yeah, and also I would say, which other comedians have said to me, because I've never done the full run, but it's very easy to just go out and get pissed every night.
Yeah.
And try and take time to look after yourself.
Book a morning show. That's quite good. 'Cause it
Maybe
gets
I'll
you
go,
up
like,
and then you have to go and watch it.
hiking in the Edinburgh Hills.
Yeah, go up the whatever it's called.
Oh God, such big
seat.
dreams.
Arthur's
Big
Seat.
dreams. It ain't gonna happen.
You'll end up going up Arthur's Seat like absolutely hungover and vom at the top or something.
I'm gonna hike I'm gonna do this. Like, it won't happen.
Meditating every morning, every
Yeah, ain't gonna happen.
night.
Talking of hiking, I honestly, on these dating apps of which I am frequenting when I'm allowed on them, is everyone's bloody hiking. If I read one more dating app that says typical Sunday, wake up, morning coffee in bed,
Yeah, fuck that.
papers, read the news, go for a walk, fight off the Sunday scaries, and then maybe finish with a nice roast at a nice pub and glass of red wine, then curl up and watch a film.
Grow up.
Grow the fuck
Grow
up,
up.
Roger.
I hate that shit as well. Like,
Jesus Christ.
if I met someone and I was like, "Oh, what you into?" and they were like hiking or like
Hiking. Oh, I never forget Craig, my friend.
getting up on a Sunday and going to the gym, I'd be like, "Fuck off."
My friend Craig, like years ago, he does actually go on hikes now. But years ago when I lived
He is a
with
bit of a
him,
hiking wanker
he
now. on
is,
his
but he
Insta.
wasn't. He's a hanker.
Yeah, he's like, well, they took the tops in the shorts
Oh,
when they get to the top of the mountain. They
Or,
took the top
or
in the
people who go
shorts.
bouldering. There's a lot of gay men I know that go bouldering,
It's-
like rock climbing. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
hate it.
Because they want to post a fucking photo of them with their
With their
arse
backs as
looking
well,
great. Like, oh,
all
look at me
muscly.
climbing on some prosthetic rocks.
I hate that.
It's like, get a life. Go and have a fucking mojito at a cocktail bar.
We live near the Castle Climbing Centre. So when we go on
I mean, climbing centre. If someone said to me, do you want to go to a climbing
It
centre? I'd
stinks
say,
as well.
yeah, maybe I did in 1994.
yeah, it fucking reeks in there and all.
Oh, I bet it's ever such a
Sweater.
journey.
And we were doing this like big walk on a Sunday, which would normally involve pubs, obviously, for me and Freddie. And it was like the first sunny, like proper sunny day of the year. And it was a Sunday, and I was like, look at all them wankers. When we were walking past, 'cause
They're
everyone
going
was
for-
outside.
They're going for a
bouldering.
pub crawl while they're going for a wall climb.
And Freddie was like, oh, I know. You know, like we were just like, get alive, get out there, get the pub, what
Get
you doing?
piss off. What are you doing?
Stop making new friends on the boulders. Like,
I went on a date with a guy recently, and I'd organised the date before I'd actually looked at all of his pictures on Hinge.
oh.
And the penultimate picture was him hiking with 2 hiking sticks.
Not the sticks. The sticks give me the ick.
Ick.
Like, oh,
Put the ick and stick.
they really do. Because you see some
Oh,
people
yeah,
in London
like-
with them.
Do you know, they remind me of like 70-year-old women.
Yeah.
And like, I don't mind them with the hiking sticks.
Me neither.
And also, where'd you get those sticks from? Do you rent them or have you bought
You have
them?
to go to like Cotswold, don't you? Or like, you know,
What's
a camping shop. It's a camping shop.
Oh, right.
I only know because I had to buy a tent once, and that's where I went for it. It was on sale.
I mean,
Yeah, hiking.
I don't mind it. I mean, go for a walk. Yeah, and also I'm like, every Sunday. You want that to be every Sunday?
Bet they have a dog.
Very days. Very days.
Have a lion, mate.
What do you mean you think they have a dog? They have to walk the dog every day, not just on Sunday.
Yeah, that's true. They just stay in the house all the rest of the week. I mean, I love dogs, don't get me wrong. But also that's a new thing as well. When people have dogs, they show it off.
Well, they call it
Don't-
dog fishing.
No, they don't.
Yeah. So if you have a photo with a dog on your dating app, but it's not your dog. So you like do that, and you're like, and it looks like you're a dog person.
Because people instantly message going, oh my God, is that dog yours? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
And so many people have said to me, you don't strike me as someone that would like dogs. And I've always said, I mean, I do like dogs. I
You're
think,
just like neutral, right?
well, I'm just not. You know me. I don't like to get too excited about too many things.
About anything.
I feel it's a weakness.
Apart from a good cocktail.
Apart from a good, decent drink, like,
Yeah.
you know. So what I am not is, I probably won't be in a conversation with you, for example.
Yeah.
And I won't be like, I could
Oh
be
my God, that
going,
dog.
yeah, I'm sorry to hear about the passing away of such and such, but, oh, look at him. Oh, look at him. Like,
It's too much when
it's-
people do that.
it's like, excuse me, we were halfway through a conversation. oh, come here. Oh, no, no, no.
It
And
is
it's
too
like-
much. I've had that. I've been in really awkward situations
It's
where
like-
people have done that, and I'm like, oh, and then you feel like an idiot
And then
going
you
back
have to go,
the
you have to
picking
go,
it up.
oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, the funeral. The funeral is on. Oh yeah, so cute. And you're literally like, that's me done. Then I've just been ousted by.
And then they go, oh yeah, what? And they're kind of like, you can see them trying to pick it back up, and you're like, oh, fuck off with you.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll never forget. I was you remember when I house sat for Nadia?
Oh my God, when you nearly killed a dog.
And I had to. Well, I didn't know. They nearly killed me. One of them.
Oh
bit
yeah,
me.
that was it. The other way around.
Yeah, fucking hell. I was so like on, because actually you don't know how stressful dog sitting is.
Well,
because
when people want a dog, I'm like, you do know it's like having a child. Like because people get it because they think it's going to be this cute thing, but you're like, it's a lot of work.
But I was thinking, what if like one of them, because they were kind of old. I thought, what if one of them dies right now? And it will always feel like my fault.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember taking it for a walk, and I was like walking. I wouldn't let them off the lead because I thought if they go, like I'm.
Yeah, you're playing with fire there, aren't you?
And this woman passed me. Oh, aren't they the cutest? And I was like, thank you. And I was thinking, oh, I like this part.
Yeah.
Brag about your dogs.
Yeah, great.
And she went, what breed are they? And I went, you know what? I don't know. And she looked at me as if I'd stolen the dogs.
Yeah, you were like, I just found them.
I went, do you know what? I don't actually know. Like, I don't really know dog breeds. I still don't know.
Do you know what? I love dogs and stuff, but I'm not that person that goes like, oh, because we had dogs a lot as kids, and my mum is a dog groomer.
Right.
And loves dogs. My mum's
as
like,
in,
she grooms dogs, like gives them haircuts and stuff.
Oh, right.
She doesn't like.
She doesn't take advantage of them.
She doesn't like take advantage of them in a basement somewhere.
Sandra's going to be the next that's outed.
Yeah, there's a real market for it in the Northwest.
she's got a dog grooming ring.
Honestly,
if you've been affected and you are a dog, come forward anonymously.
Anyway, but I know a lot about dog breeds because.
Right, okay, yeah.
That's all I've got from that. Freddie was quite scared of dogs till he met me.
Well,
actually.
I was.
Was you?
Yeah, one pushed me in a lake.
Paws up.
when I was a kid.
Oh no!
I went out to. I used to. We lived next to this kind of lake. This
the sea.
Well, I called it a lake. It was a moat to keep out the peasants. No, we lived in a country park estate, and so we'd often go for a walk around the country park, and so I took some bread to feed the ducks.
Of course.
Which, of course, these days you're not supposed
Meant
to
be
do.
sweet corn, yeah.
Oh my God, or seeds. I mean, even ducks are on diets these days.
They are. They're all gluten free.
Yeah. So, but at that time, Warburtons in hand, thick, crusty loaf.
Only the stale bits though.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was it. Like, we've got some stale bread. Should we go out and feed the ducks? It's like, poor them. You can see them choking as we're walking away.
Bloated.
Yeah. Got gallstones. And anyway, and then I was feeding the ducks, and then this dog came and run up and was like, excitable, and it pushed me, and I rolled down this hill, and I thought, hold on to the bread. Well, I didn't realise is, the bag of bread ripped open. I'm there, like, kind of. I wasn't in the lake, but I would say pushed me in a lake. That was its intention. It had evil in its eyes.
Oh my God.
And
homophobe.
I looked up, and I was like, all of a sudden, I just saw a fucking gaggle of geese running towards me because I had bread. So I was like trying to throw the bread away. It was awful. It's very traumatic.
You could escape.
Yeah,
that does stay with you.
Geese are nasty.
Well, I've told you about the time I got bit on the bum by a goose.
What? You got bit on the bum by a goose?
Yeah, by a geese. I just said. Yeah, we did the same.
By a geese. Oh, that gave me the ear.
We went to feed the ducks and the geese at this farm near us, and my brother was such a soft shite that I had to do everything. He wouldn't go in the sea, he wouldn't go and feed, he wouldn't go near animals, all that. But I'd be I was just didn't give a fuck. So I was like, I'll do it, Grandma. So I went over and was scattering the stale Warby's loaf, and then turned round. And as I turned round, it bit me on the arse.
Oh my God, did it hurt?
It really hurt. And I went running. I was like, ah! like went running to my grandma. Obviously, it was a hilarious story that they told to everyone afterwards.
Gosh.
But I was a bit scarred after that because, and I've walked past geese before, and they're like,
yeah, they do, don't they?
They're really like protective over the land.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got bit on the bum by a goose, right on the old cheek.
I thought that was like a, a cartoon. I didn't think they did.
No,
that.
it actually happened to me, and I'd just given them bread.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
well,
grateful.
they
Like,
they saw your ass. They went, "We've had bread. Now for the cake."
Yeah, like juicy.
Oh, you were a child.
Yeah, it's the Northwest, honestly.
What about you, Phoebe? Are you a dog kind of gal?
I've had a dog.
I've had one.
I've had a dog. He died.
Oh,
He was a lovely golden retriever, though.
oh, I think I know who they are. Are they the Andrex dogs?
Yeah, I know who they are.
Oh no, they're Labradors.
Well, they're
aren't they?
Labradors, yeah. But as a puppy, he looked the same.
Oh.
And he did the same with the toilet paper. It was quite cute.
Oh, that's really sweet.
They
Yeah.
were cute.
They
Dogs.
were cute. You want a good temperament as well. Good,
I don't think I could have a massive dog.
My mum used to groom a bull mastiff, which
Right.
is like fucking.
Every
death.
time you say groom, I just, now I'm going to that.
Well, they don't actually need the hair cut, but she would wash it because they're like so huge, they get really dirty, and like maybe they slobber. She'll probably correct me on this. So like once every 2 weeks, whatever, it would get showered. Like come and have its little shower and blow dry from my mum. But it was so big, I used to stay indoors. I was like so scared of it. It was huge. It wouldn't fit in like the crate in the back of the car. It was that big. It was like the size of a deer. Absolutely.
Yeah,
massive.
too big. I don't think I could have two.
It was the really
but then again,
soft
I
one
also
normally,
don't
big
want a
dogs.
really small dog.
Yappy.
Yeah, like sometimes you see dogs that look like massive rats.
Yeah.
Rat dogs.
Like little chihuahuas.
Yeah. Well, Chihuahuas is all right, but even that, like, imagine me. I mean, it's too gay that if I
It's
had
too
that.
gay.
Yeah.
People are like, I wonder what his sexuality is.
And
He's walking past.
and I also don't. I don't like it when they smell
Oh, do you know what? When people have
and
a
they come
smelly
up to you like,
dog,
"Ooh."
I'll never forget with my friend Graham when we were at sixth form, we went round to someone's house and they had the same type of dog as us. So we had collies, like they basically look like Lassie, really cute. And she had the same dogs, like the same breed of dogs. And we went round and my friend Graham also had dogs and he was like, smell that. And he was so bitchy. I said, yeah, what is that? And he was like, it's the dogs. He was like, they need to give them bloody dogs a bath. And he was like, your house doesn't smell like this, does it? And I was like, it doesn't. They just weren't washing the dogs. And it's like, you can't have them big dogs if you're not going to be looking after them and cleaning the beds and stuff.
Yeah,
It's not
totally.
You don't want your house to smell like wet dogs.
No, yeah.
That fucking reeks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of wet dogs, we're joking. I ran into friend and guest host of the pod, David Burrellin, last week.
Oh.
He came to visit me on my Dolly Sticks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Currently starring in We Will Rock You at the Coliseum.
Well, do you know why he was in King's Cross, actually? Because he was going for physio, because basically they're all getting whiplash from the intense headbanging that they do.
No.
Yeah. He was like, luckily I'm not the first to drop. And he was like, and I'm like the old fat one in the cast, he said. But yeah, so they're all making sure they're looking after themselves and doing their exercises and all that jazz. So he came and hung out with me for a couple of hours, helped me pack down. He told me the best story, and I was like, can I please tell this on the pod? And he was like, of course you can. About the press night where all these celebs came.
All right.
So there's all these celebs there, whatever. And he took his partner, and his partner's from Poland, right? And all these people going past him, like Rod Stewart, like big like rock stars. And
Was
shit.
Penny with him?
But she probably was, wasn't she? She never misses an event. And he didn't know all these like British rock stars, but he knew Brenda
Okay.
because he loves loose women. So he was like, honestly, he was like,
he was
probably
take him to Loose Women.
yeah. Well, I think they're gonna go actually. To watch Brenda on Loose Women. But yeah, so that's just a little tidbit of the night. But who also was there was Bobby Davro,
Right.
who is young people listening to this won't have a fucking clue who he is. But I actually feel like our demographic do know who Bobby Davro is.
Yeah.
Yeah, comedian from the 80s and 90s, I would say.
He's still got his
Panto
hair.
star. He's not actually. I actually quickly Googled him before to see what he looked like these days. But he's a friend of Lee Mead, apparently. They did Panto
that's
together.
Unlikely. Yeah, well, that's often how, they'll be paired together.
Yeah.
I always think, like, Brian Conley and
I used to love Brian
Gok Wan.
Conley. Are they mates?
They're really good friends. And
Because of
Because of
Panto.
Panto, it brings the most.
Would you guys ever do panto?
You what?
Would you guys ever do panto?
I used to do it when I was a kid, actually, like in St Helens Theatre Royal.
Well, I was asked to do Panto a few years ago.
Oh,
yes.
it'd be such a good gig.
And they were like, "Could you play?" It was Beauty and the
Dandini.
Beast. Beauty and the Beast. And then
Right. Who
I
were
said,
you
"Oh,
gonna be?"
I thought I was going to be the candlestick."
Yeah.
But I was the Gaston's sidekick, the fool, Le Fou. It's literally translated as the fool. Because they needed like a comedian. Yeah, they needed a comedian in it. So I was like,
But they're the best parts.
Yeah,
you can't wait for them to come on, can you?
And obviously it's not the story, but so I was asked to do it. This was, I want to say
Whereabouts, though? Whereabouts?
Oh,
what
in the
theatre?
arse end of nowhere. I can't actually remember what it was
That's the
called.
thing. Do you want to spend Christmas in the arse end of nowhere?
Yeah, no. And so then when I found out the fee, I was like, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do it when you've got a profile and you can be paid thousands
When
of
you're
pounds.
a star. Yeah.
Because I was like, I went, oh, and then and they said, oh, and that includes accommodation and everything. And I was thinking, so it ended up where I could probably have done, 1 week of Loose Women. Well, actually, no, maybe 2 weeks of Loose Women for around about the same fee once everything was taken off, as opposed to 6 weeks, 3 shows a day.
Hanging out in the same pub.
Oh, no, I won't.
But who was
what I
the
said
big
to him.
star in it? Who was the big celeb?
When he
the
dropped
guy
out.
playing Le Fou. Hello. I can't
Because you
remember.
could have been best mates with Bobby Davro.
I can't. Oh well, it's the stuff dreams are made of. Those dizzy heights. I can't remember who the star was. It was all kind of early days, and it was. But yeah, I did get offered it. But never say never. I mean, if they offer me, 100 grand, like I know some people have been offered, then
God, for like
for
the
6 weeks
Palladium and stuff.
of work. Well, no, that's kind of like a just general like
And
thing.
when you
I
do
know.
the Palladium, you don't have to do
I
the whole
know
run.
someone years ago who was in I'm a Celeb and came out of it and then went into it. So I won't divulge people's wages, leave me out of this. But yeah, you just kind of got. But I don't know. But
It's like any show, though. You're in each other's pockets.
I'm not
so,
desperate for the stage time either. Like some people, like chorus, they just want to get on there and do some thigh slapping and
yeah,
box,
I'd love that.
split ball change and all
Yeah.
that.
Split ball change would be quite hard, wouldn't it?
Is that what
Down
it's
in the
called?
splits, then up to do the ball
Is that
change.
what it's called? No.
Step ball change.
Oh, step ball. Splits. Ball change.
You'd be like,
I said what I said. Now get up.
strongest hamstrings ever. Anyway, Bobby Davro.
Oh yeah, go
So
on.
Bobby Davro was at the show, and probably most people didn't know who he was apart from the older crowd. Anyway, and it was Dave's birthday the next. He's a Cancerian as well, 4th of July.
Love it. Independence Day.
Yeah, lovely. I always remember his birthday because it's Independence Day actually. So Brenda, friend of yours, and obviously a lovely loose woman, and
Frienda.
lead friender of the pod.
A friend of Brenda.
He's also a lead in the show. She was like, I'll sort you all out at Freedom later on the table. Let's go out
yeah.
for Dave's birthday. Her favourite thing to do for people.
She loves freedom.
Sorry, it isn't just you. She does that
No,
for.
I thought it was special.
So they end about... and anyway, Dave bumped into Bobby Davro and he remembered him because he'd done a private gig with him like years ago or whatever. And he was like, oh, I thought that was really sweet. And he was like, what are you all doing now? And he was like, oh, we're all just going to Freedom because it's my birthday tomorrow. So... no, I don't think he said tomorrow. I think he said, oh, it's my birthday. So he was like, and he just said what you would normally say, come along if you want, thinking
he'd go, oh,
Yeah.
I've got to go.
yeah, he's in his 60s, And he went, oh, yeah, I will. So, on Dave's night out, fucking Bobby Davro's there, right? And Brenda apparently got there and she was like, what the hell is Bobby Davro doing there? So they partied like all night till Freedom Shore. And they were all like outside getting taxis. Now, Dave lives in Sidcup, I think, and Bobby Davro lives in Epsom.
Oh my God! Right, stop saying Bobby Davro. Like
You have to full
you
name
have to
him.
say him, don't you?
You can't.
Yeah, because if she said Bobby, I'd go, oh, Bobby.
Bobby Davro. Do you remember when they brought that out? That really brought his career back for a bit in the noughties.
I don't actually, but go on.
I think it was a Peter Kay release. Anyway, so he goes, oh, where do you live, Dave? And he's like, I'm Sidcup. And he was like, oh, let's share a taxi home.
Oh, Jesus.
So they
Split fair.
So they share a taxi home, and he's just the whole time like, I'm in a fucking taxi with Bobby Davro. It's
I
so
know.
weird.
There are moments where you're like, what the fuck is going on
It
with
gets
my life?
worse.
Oh,
It
right,
gets
God,
worse.
fuck.
So they stop at Dave's first, and then Bob, they both get out, and he has to, and Dave's like, I'll help you book another taxi from here because it's not far. He said, do you know what? It's gone 4 a.m. Do you mind if I just sleep on your couch?
What?
I don't want to wake up my daughter because he's got like this young daughter, and it was like 4 a.m. whatever. So Dave was like, when he told me this, I was like getting the ick, and I was like, was it creepy? And he was like, no, not at all. It was just, and he was like, yeah, of course. So he puts him up on the couch and stuff. But the next day was like a Tuesday, like his actual birthday was like a Tuesday.
Yeah, because if it was Freedom, I bet they went to Kinky Cabaret.
Yeah. So I think like the next day was a Tuesday, and that's their day off. So he had brunch booked 'cause it was his actual birthday. So that was like what was awkward. So in the morning he had to like, his boyfriend couldn't like get up and get him a cake out and all that shit in the kitchen.
Bobby Davro's on the couch.
He had to say to his boyfriend, oh, be quiet, Bobby Davro's on the couch. Anyway, so his friend rang him and was like, oh, happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. You ready for brunch? And he was like, yeah, I might be a bit late. And he was like, why? And he was like,
Bobby Davro's on my couch. Oh, please. Out of all the excuses I've heard.
you couldn't use someone current.
Yeah.
So we had to like knock on and like get him up and stuff.
Bobby Davro.
I'd let you stay for breakfast. Bobby Davro.
Bobby Davro.
I'd let you stay for breakfast, but like it's my birthday. So Bobby Davro hadn't realised it was his actual birthday that day.
Oh.
So he felt dead bad. Anyway, he had to drop him at the station as well, so he could get the thing. But Bobby Davro gave him 20 quid for a round.
Oh,
how
that's
sweet's
nice.
that?
That's nice.
He was like, he was so sweet. He was
It's
like, it
20.
was just a weird story. And his mum rang him, and I was like, I'd be straight on the phone to my mum, being like, Mum, you never guessed what happened last night.
Hilarious.
And he was like, oh no, I didn't. My mum actually rang me when he was still in the house, and she was like, what you doing? He was like, just kicking Bobby Davro out. But he didn't. He was like, yeah, I'm just about to go to brunch, Mum. So then
What's that noise? Oh, it's just Bobby stirring in the background.
She's making himself a coffee.
Oh
there
my
you
God.
go.
Those moments are great.
Yeah. I think Dave said he lost his fiance this year. She died like to cancer, so I think he's been a bit lonely, and he just wanted to go on a night out with some friendly people.
Well, he got that.
And he got that.
Yeah. Well, good
Had
for
to pay
him.
20
Good for-
quid for it though, you know.
Well, that's cheap all the way. I hope did they share the taxi fare?
I hope Bobby got it. How good's that story though? I was like, I told Freddie, he was like howling laughing. He was like, I'll be tweeting about that. I'll be telling everyone.
Yeah, those moments are just where you go. Like, I always remember being woken up in the back of a cab with, Lee, fucking wake up, we're here. And it was Linda Robson, like shaking me awake, and I was so drunk, and I was like, and then the next morning you wake up and you go, oh, Linda Robson had to put me to bed.
Yeah, like what the fuck
She was
is
ringing me
happening?
going, you're right, God, you won't wake up. And she's sober. And I was just.
Is she
smashed.
sober? Does she not drink?
She doesn't really drink. She used to drink, but yeah, I don't think she drinks anymore. But
Yeah.
but she'll stay out the longest
Yeah,
ever.
of course.
We went. I always remember it was when we went to see Steps,
Oh,
and the Queen had just died.
Oh,
Do you remember? And I was like, please just say that Steps isn't cancelled.
yeah.
And it
Luckily, he
wasn't.
had another queen up on the stage. with
Well, no,
it.
they did put a
A tribute.
big banner on and
Oh.
sang Tragedy.
Are you joking?
Yeah, no.
That is like a stand-up line.
Yeah, it was like Tragedy, and it was.
But they
was
turned it
big.
into a ballad.
But yeah, and there was a big picture of Queen Elizabeth. But at that point, I think
That's right.
they were like, I was running around the field saying, does anyone have any poppers? Someone got any poppers? Because I was thinking,
The Queen's just died.
Steps is such a feel good, like all their
Yeah.
tracks are so feel good.
You'd be laughing your head.
We went to, it was in the middle of this field, and we'd all been given these kind of VIP tickets. Bless him, H from Steps has sorted us out. Another
God.
moment where I'm like, because I was messaging
He's
going,
so great.
I messaged him saying Linda Robertson wants to come. Any chance for another one? And he was like, yeah, no
Yeah, love
worries.
Linda.
I'll put a name down. So she was getting there later. So we get in, and they were all quite strict, and we had to get these VIP bands.
Yeah.
So we went and got these bands. Well, they wouldn't give us them all because we weren't all there. But I was like, the ladies have waited in the tent for us. They're already in, but we need the bands to get back in. They were like, well, we don't know that you're with them. And then I was like, God, my friend always says, "Do you remember when you showed a selfie of you and Nadia to prove that you were with?" And I was like, "No, I wasn't going. Look, I'm friends with her." But I was going, "This was us on the way here," because I was wearing the same top. I was like, "I'm in the car." Anyway, I was really worried about Linda getting in, and I was like, how, like, I was like, oh, she's not got a wristband, she's not going to get in. I was like texting her, but we were in the middle of this field and it was, bad
Where
signal.
was the gig?
Oh, it's in the middle of like near Hampton Court or somewhere.
Oh, like an outside, like stadium-y one.
Yeah, and anyway, then I just see Linda traipsing in flip-flops, like on this muddy field, like VIP, being escorted in by 2 bouncers. And I was like, Linda, I've been worried sick. I've got your wristband. How'd you get in? She went, I'm a national treasure, Lee. They just let me in. And I was like, of course you are. Like,
Birds of a feather, babes.
Yeah, Linda Robson comes up and goes, I'm in this fucking tent, move. They're like, yeah, sure.
I always used to see around
She's a
Angel because she
household
lives,
name.
like,
Yeah, she lives
on
in
Upper Street,
Islington.
doesn't she?
She lives around the corner from Janet Street Porter.
Does she?
Yeah.
You always see celebs out having a coffee in Angel.
Living the life.
Yeah, having a lovely.
The Crouch End crowd.
Yeah, just doing the bits, going to the theatre.
Well, that was a great little Bobby Davro story.
I know, I just didn't see it coming. And you kind of like, these days, with all the news that's out, you do kind of think the worst when someone's telling you a story. But actually, it was just...
dog groomer.
Yeah, you think, what a dog groomer. But yeah, it was just like kind of a weird, wholesome, hilarious story about partying with Bobby Davro in freedom.
It's one of those things where you go, what is my life?
And you'll say, do you remember that time we went to freedom with Bobby Davro? And someone was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Love it.
Well, we've kind of covered everything, haven't we? We're going to talk music, then we're going to talk customers. Oh, wait, you've got a funny story about customer service.
It's nothing compared to the Bobby Davro story.
Oh, yeah, well, you've peaked. Well, we'll do that next week. We're going to talk next week.
Because I think
customer
we can
service,
probably
right.
get some...
Well, I used to work at Tesco.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Do you know that, Phoebe? Did you ever work at retail, Phoebe? I could imagine you worked at somewhere like H&M when you were like 19 or 20.
No, I always did like performery jobs. I worked at like Legoland doing front of house jobs.
Oh, did you? Like that, like they do at Hamleys.
Entertainment.
There's a Hamleys now in Westfield, Westfield.
There's another little one in King's Cross.
But do you remember that? Do you remember that guy that went viral that time where he was an elf and he was stood outside the Hamleys shop, but he was properly going into it, and then someone took the piss out of him, but everyone then clubbed together and was like, "Hold on, mate, like
leave him
this
alone."
Is great. Yeah,
He's great at his job.
And then he became a little bit of a local celebrity.
Did it?
The Hamleys
oh my God,
elf.
love that for him.
Yeah, and he was properly doing like the dances. I just can't do that. Like,
I wouldn't. You'd have to be. You go delirious though, don't you? It's only like us doing promo. By the end of the day, you don't give a fuck because you're just like,
you're not you.
Yeah.
But when I worked with, but it was working with children as well. So you have to love the job.
Be on.
And as soon as you didn't love the job, quit the job because you can't go in and. But I honestly loved it. I did it in my uni holidays for 4 years. And every uni holiday I'd go back and I'd do like crowd warming and like, hi guys, do you want a picture with Emmett and Wildstar?
Oh my God, that's so cute. I love all these. Like,
and I never saw the Lego movie. Still haven't.
It is a great
it's
film.
actually great.
I know.
It's so funny as well.
Watch it, but I never got around to it.
Well, I'm desperate to see Barbie.
Me too. I've still
I
not been.
think they need to study Barbie on a marketing degree because what they have done
the
is
money they've pumped into
unbelievable.
that. Did you know they've actually built a Malibu beach house?
Yeah, and
So you can
Burger
see it
King
from, like,
had a pink burger. They renamed Barbican Barbie Can.
I know. They've just smashed it, haven't they? And
Yeah.
It's just like so good. I fucking love Barbie. She's great. We need to watch it and then do our review.
Yeah.
Here's my review.
Would you like my review? I often think of that.
Yeah, me too. I can't say review without saying it like that.
Yeah, well, we should. I think it's out. Well, it'll be out today, the day that the podcast gets released.
Oh my God, Fab Life Fridays.
And apologies for the lateness of last week's YouTube video.
Blame the birth week of us both.
Well, I was editing it because I had to edit something out of it. But then it all happened, didn't it?
And it was actually fine.
We spoke last week about, the suspected thing, and I think we were very fair and measured.
We were.
And
we literally walked out the studio and it had been outed, hadn't it?
And the news broke. But yeah, we then had to. I edited out a couple of potentially libelous.
Yeah, we dropped some names.
We did, but it's a very funny video that we do have
for our own
pleasure of one of us disintegrating into their own face with worry and trying to find a button that just ejects them from the studio. So then the file got corrupted, and I got bored of doing it, so I didn't upload it.
And then it was my birthday, so
and then it was my birthday, and then I've been in practically a coma for the last 3 days, but it's uploaded now, and
you'll have another one in a day.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have another one today.
Providing technology makes sense. And if you were watching on YouTube, I threw my arms up in the air at one point because I remembered something, and Phoebe's going to kill me. That I forgot in the hard drive.
It's fine. It's fine.
He's the guy.
I literally halfway through the episode, did you see me go?
I did, and I've bookmarked it in my head to be like, I wonder what that was.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder.
Yeah, it was that.
I
I've realised I'd forgotten the hard drive.
Oh, well, look at us both today with our have I mentioned my bottle on the pod yet?
No, but by all means, go for it.
Just because you've got your happy whatever it's called.
Happy inside.
I got gifted this. It's an American company called Belly Bottle, and you put your weeks on there. I just need to put my stickers on, and it helps you hydrate. And basically, you have to drink 3 a day. Sorry, I've honestly
sounds like you've not really been using it very.
Yeah.
Helps you hydrate.
It's great. I've honestly got this like weird fucking cold thing at the moment. Maybe it's hay fever. I don't fucking know. I basically can't breathe most of the time.
Well, I'm sure they'll clip that lovely clip of you. Helps you hydrate.
Wait, I do another one. Oh my God, here's my belly bottle.
Oh, Lauren, do tell me about the belly bottle.
So you drink 3 of these a day, and as a pregnant person, you have to drink 50% more water. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
No. Oh my gosh. So if you drink 3 of these a day, you are covered. I've been drinking about 4, and I'm not getting my headaches anymore. So thrilled with that.
How wonderful. And are those templates for stickers I see on there?
So you can put your week on, and it tells you what fruit you are. And if you know if you're having a boy or a girl on your due date, you put them at the top as well.
Wow.
I haven't put them on yet. But I will.
Busy. Thanks to the guys at Belly Bottle for gifting that. If you'd like a belly bottle, log on to bellybottle.com.
Oh, you just have to follow Belly Bottle on Insta. Also, I did share this, but I feel like we need to talk about it. I haven't been gifted it, but my friend got gifted some pudding pot lids, which are lids for your goo pots.
Oh, yes.
Did we talk about this last week?
No, we didn't.
But I saw it, and he got gifted some, and I just messaged him going, "This is the most hun thing I've ever seen you've been gifted in your life."
They're like little elastic kind of.
They're not. They're
they're
little like cork, and they pop in.
Great.
Yes.
For goo pots, you remember?
Yeah, gasp there from Phoebe. So shout out to Pudding Pot Lids, even though they've not gifted us any. But I feel like all of you huns that are holding on to them goo pots.
Well, if you
don't worry,
all the goo pots in the world, I reckon you could recreate the Louvre. I mean, there's so many.
I still see them on the street.
Are they? Is it just for the goo pot size? Because I've got other pots. I don't have goo pot.
The Aldi copies, and there's another brand. They fit them as well.
There's another. My mum uses old Nutella jars as glasses. You know,
they're
when they started doing
red wine glass, aren't they? That original one.
And some of them have little handles even. Oh. She found maybe that wasn't a Nutella pot. I don't know where she found that. But we've got that
Vintage.
as well.
Love it.
Nice. Right, well, we've covered it all, haven't we? Big belly bottles, Bobby Davro, dog groomers, and
what else?
God knows.
We'll do it in the recap in a minute. Anyway, do follow us on Fab Life Pod on Instagram and Facebook.
Where we've left the Qatar charts. Did you get the email?
Oh, no. I didn't want to bring it up.
Comedy charts.
We were in the Qatar podcast charts.
It was nice while it lasted, guys, but no more.
They're all the gays over there back in the closet. Can't listen to us. We'll cut that. Anyway, we're out the podcast charts. Follow us on YouTube as well. Subscribe to Lee's channel. Just search for Lee Peart or Fab Life.
It's been episode 90. See you later. See you
Ciao.
back in the closet, guys.